It doesn't sound traditional
But
to
it's
me.
like
It sounds like an OP.
the thing about the hero is like.
But that's what I'm saying.
There
I
are
thought it was
counters.
situational. So if it's
The
situational, you pick it 4 or
Dire
5.
get
Right?
a ban.
But
If
I think
it's
it's
OP,
meta.
you
Here's
pick it
the
first.
radio
I think it's a meta thing.
Dire's turn to
Like
pick.
both teams think that the hero's good,
Yeah.
and if they both value it and they both think it's good, then it'll automatically move up the tier list versus other teams. Like I don't know if they would do this against another team,
Sure.
but right now it's having success. And don't fix what's
10 seconds.
Fix if it ain't broke.
5 seconds
I finally
remaining.
figured that out in my head. I was like, how do I not mess this up?
How do I not look stupid? Now you know how I feel like all the time on draft panels. That's all I think about. I don't think about the draft. I don't think about like what should be picked yet. All I think about is like, how do I look not stupid?
Sneak
But
on by,
it
man.
doesn't matter, right? Because this isn't being aired anyway. It's just
That's
the three
true.
of us. Test run.
Just
right?
bullshit, man. I'll like slip you stuff. I'll cover for you.
I'm just here to alley-oop Will all the time.
It's like, do you think that this Bloodseeker's good? And I'll just like nod yes or no. Like,
Which is usually why I write hero names on a piece of paper next to Charlie, who then goes,
Red Eye says Bloodseeker. All right, we'll try this out for the next one, Will.
Okay, all right.
See what the third pick.
All right, what do you think, Austin? Who are you feeling?
No, you're already setting me up for failure, Will. What's going on?
Who are you feeling?
I told you were gonna sell me out. I think that
I think
Witch
it's gonna
Doctor
Witch
would be
Doctor
really good.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. I think
Whoa,
Witch Doctor
look
would
at
be
that.
pretty good. Good. Good is the answer.
Dude, they really like Witch Doctor. I thought it was just a thing against Wisp and Lone Druid, but they picked it last game too.
Yep.
In this exact same spot, like third pick Witch Doctor, 3
5
games in a row.
seconds
It's
remaining.
interesting actually because neither of their supports have him in their top 6.
Dire's
something they've
turn
had
to
before.
pick. Admiral
Something they've-
Kunkka.
Oh, Kunkka. Kunkka's really nice against all these heroes. Good team
Kunkka.
fight.
Crits Kunkka's
They don't have stuns though.
I like the increase in sustain. Kunkka gives you a fight when it comes in because Bloodseeker's so reliant on being able to get that one kill. Maledict is kind of slow damage over
5
time
seconds
as well. but can
remaining.
Pretty heavily negated by the boat.
You need BKB carriers right now. BKB carriers are what's gonna win you the game for your Thunder.
I mean, aren't there cores that naturally Kunkka X?
Yeah, but I think against Pugna, if you see Pugna Lynch Kunkka, it's like all magic damage.
So, you know, like what happened to
Radiant's
good
turn
old
to
Life
pick.
Stealer Jug? What about Jug Diffusal?
Oh,
what
it's
happened
on
to that?
So we talked about how BKB was needed, so they took
Yeah.
like the free BKB hero.
So there are heroes inherently that can.
Yeah. Well, Omni's like weird. Gives you a BKB.
Nailed it.
10 seconds.
So we got 2 often Omni, mid BF,
5 seconds
First
remaining.
Spirit, Witch Doctor, and then we have the 2 supports from EG as well. Then they probably flash their. If you know the offlane matchup, it's a lot
Dire's
easier to
banned
pick
now.
BKB carry right now.
Sniper.
They actually take sniper.
Hello. Just love how when they do these new draft screens. So
I'm in Pugna, man.
it's like the grass is taller.
10 seconds.
Fun to see a sniper though.
5 seconds
Do a little
remaining.
bit of long range love.
It's pretty good here because they don't have any gap closers on VG, and you know that Omni is gonna be. You know for a fact that Omni is offlane, so you're not gonna get pressured. Like
Don't you need a hero that breaks high ground now, guaranteed? Because
Radiant's turn to
yeah,
ban.
for VG, because you don't necessarily want to go into this late game against sniper,
yeah, it's
and if
probably
you,
really
'cause you don't have the gap closers. Death Prophet's still in the pool, though.
I don't. You can still take DP. DP's not bad here.
Yeah. DP Omni Knight with Blood Rage
10 seconds.
ban Death Prophet in the beginning. Like
Because they probably think it's a
5
Bloodseeker
seconds
thing.
remaining.
I mean, this last span will kind of show you like, what they think.
But weren't they? I was saying they were doing it in the 1-2 bolt. So they just.
No, I just think that Night Stalker is probably more annoying for them that last game. That Night Stalker really went off.
So failing that, what other safe lane options?
For EG or VG?
VG.J. I want to do because I feel like there is a problem in the draft and they need us to.
If I was GJ, I would pick PA. PA or like PL. Yeah.
Okay.
If I was them, I would take PA or PL. And if I
Sure.
was G,
Who plays the sniper?
Radiant's turn to pick.
it'll be Sumail most likely.
He's only
like-
played it once in the.
I don't know what you take here. It's complicated. You could take Lifestealer. You could take. If you're really crazy, you'll take Wraith King or something.
Don't you also want to lead carrier against? If you can't,
10
take off repellent.
seconds.
Yeah, you could take PL yourself.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know who else you take here.
Pugna. Ooh, that sounds kind of nasty. Safe lane. Go. They would have a very.
Yeah.
They could get run over by Bloodseeker.
Who'd I say? My crazy pick would be Wraith King. I always like having a crazy pick and it happens.
What happened to Juggernaut though?
Chug? Chug
Yeah.
kinda just like
Dyer's
yeah, Chug's
turn
kinda-
to pick.
Necro. So what did we say for Vici again?
You said potentially Death Prophet, and then but you said to fuse
PA
Which
or
is-
PL?
PA or PL, and now they're even better against Necrophos. I'm down with Phantom Lancer.
10
Run
seconds.
at the dwarf.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh no, they've been brood mothered.
Okay, so Sino is going to put out the brood.
Oh no.
We did say it might come out. Particular series didn't come out in the first game, but it comes out in game 3. A little bit of cheese as we head into the decided. So which way is this going to go? Easy question, Austin. Let's start
Vici
with-
Gaming is going to win.
Right,
Okay.
okay. VG.J. Will.
You about to catch
God
this
damn
fade.
it.
I agreed with you. I
Okay,
EG's
okay.
about to catch
Ooh,
this fade.
all I heard was EG.
All right, okay. It's not quite as the things say.
Oh,
on
see,
pod,
they
it's
wrote you
fine.
down
See, they
for
fixed it
EG
now.
too.
It's good. VG.J are the favourites as far as the panel are
10
concerned. Are they about to
seconds.
win through reach the upper bracket final? Let's find out as we head back to your commentary team
5
for game
seconds
number 3.
remaining.
Absolutely, Paul. Upper bracket in both teams' sights. The sniper trying to shoot that one down, take it for themselves, but it's a last pick brood. First it was last pick AM, now it's last pick brood. How bad is this for EG?
It's a tough game for EG to deal with the Brood for sure. And we've seen Bloodseeker, we've seen this Bloodseeker Earth Spirit combo from Newbie at TI run rampant. It's
Oh, yeah.
pretty damn strong. And the Brood gives them, that's kind of like the gap closer, like Will was talking about to get on top of this. And it's just really strong for laning phase. EG does get the last Necro, which could prove to be problematic for them because they don't really have crazy amount of magic damage burst to go through that Ghost Shroud. They have to pretty much rely on getting Diffusal Blade or just outlasting it because they do have an Omni Knight too. It's going to be an interesting game. I mean, last pick Broods tend to do that to games. Makes it really hard for him to... There goes their supports. I mean, Kunkka Lich don't deal well versus a Brood.
And EG taking a second there to load into the game as well. We are now into it. We'll see if they're able to scout out where the Brood is
It's
going to be.
pronounced
Kunkka
Admiral.
up here in the top lane. Crit's going to get down a ward early on. Likewise, it's going to be Fade placing one over in the Radiant jungle. But as far as the matchups are concerned, because that's always sort of the scariest part for Broodmother is where you lane it and how you deal with it then. What do you think the goal is going to be for EG here? How are they going to try and lane this?
They probably want the Necro versus that Brood. And they might get mind gamed though. Brood puts a web down in the mid lane to make them think that it's mid, but it's a Bloodseeker mid this time around again. Sniper, incredibly good versus Bloodseeker though in lane. Shrapnel is very difficult to deal with as a melee hero for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one indeed
30 seconds to battle.
for the Bloodseeker if he does end up going into there. And Sumail is going to have a decent start, but likewise, it's Omni Knight down bottom. Yang going to be playing this one against the Necro Kunkka. We haven't seen a ton of Omni Knight at this event so far. In fact, I want to say that this is maybe our first look at it, but hard here to deal with in the laning stage himself.
Yeah, he can get a lot, and Repel is very good versus what EG's got. Of course, blocking out like Pugna spells, blocking out Necro spells, blocking out Kunkka spells as well. He can be very strong in this game for sure for their fight, which they are kind of lacking on the side of Thunder. It's pretty much like Omni spells and Cask plus Earth Spirit spells as their big team fight spells. Of course, just, you know, the Blood Seeker Blood Right can be pretty obnoxious in fights, but so they're getting the Pugna, Kunkka versus the Broodmother, and they're doing some dual lanes pretty much across the board.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see if any lane switches are going to come up here, as already Freeze taking a little bit of damage against the sniper, but well, he's going to be able to pull the creep wave past and probably Blood Rage up to heal again.
Every game on EG. And they're going to be emphasizing more on the other two lanes. And Universe should have a decent time, at least in the top lane. Once you get the Sentry down, gets levels on the Pugna versus Brood, you can blast down those spider lanes. But Brood is one of those years we see what Brood does. You know, you get your level 5, you get level 6, and you can just go Ancients and Fade. Actually, able to roll away. Okay.
All right, that was pretty sick. I thought he was going to end up getting the knock, but stays alive.
Look at this. We got some try-mid action happening. They're like, all right, Bloodseeker is always a problem in these games, apparently, so put heavy emphasis on him. And they want to get this Pugna, he gets high levels versus Broodmother, so you can take out the spiders, and same thing goes for Necro. RTZ will be sacked a bit down here, but we've seen this before.
Yeah. He'll still get his at some point and gets a decent amount of levels, I would imagine.
Looking at Thunder, the Omni Knight's going to be very over-leveled, which is really going to help them in the laning phase and mid-game, and Broodmother, we've kind of saying that he already does.
Roll in, they recognize that Fear is in a little bit of a precarious spot. He'll damage, bringing in about half HP, and that will allow Freeze to get himself some farm. Meanwhile, the Sentry Ward looks to be taken out, so Fade getting a little bit of vision advantage there. Sylar still up top, doing a good job as Crit's able to seal away one of the bounty runes from the Witch Doctor, and everything seeming to stay fairly even. The main difference being that Broodmother is doubling up the CS.
Yeah, Thunder is coming out ahead in the laning phase already. Seeker's farming just fine in the mid matchup versus Lich. Gonna be losing a bit on the experience, but Universe has to be a bit threatened. Whenever he doesn't see the Earth Spirit on the map, he's scared of the rotation coming with that Brood, because Pugna, 1 armor, will really suffer versus all the spite things, so that Brood hat. Sylar, like we said, I think Paul was talking about it, that this is one of Sylar's most played heroes recently.
Yeah, a lot of experience on this guy. He does take a lot of damage. That was a good amount of spiders stolen as well.
Got 10 plus spiders there.
Stun comes out. They've got him caught. The damage is going to be there. The silence doesn't connect onto the sniper, but nonetheless, he is going to fall. First blood drawn by the Witch Doctor. They get a return kill. Fear there, picking it up, and how the catch is there as well. Torn a little bit off the mark, but they're going to end up the courier. Moving away, run away.
Oh god.
It does get out of there.
Oh, 3-minute mark, clutch timing.
Oh my god. Was that a fake?
Bloodseeker though is winning the mid lane, 15-7 to the 11-2 sniper, even when there's a Lich there. But now rotation coming in. Good X-Mark.
Bloodseeker, 4 left to go. He is going to be salving and living.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You want to commit for that one, I would imagine.
The movement speed bonus gained from Fear being low. Just enough for him to get outpitched of the damage. Bottom lane RTZ. He has stick charges. He's got Ghost Shroud. He heals up. He's fine down there.
This is still a Necrophos at the end of the day.
And there's no heavy magic damage really coming out from the side of Thunder. It's really just Earth Spirit damage. For quite a long time, that is. I mean, they've spawned spider lanes, but that's not, you know, the big magic damage spell that you think about. And since Lich is still kind of low, we see Freeze walk up, fully Sumil. There was some right clicks, but get forwarded back.
Don't want to step too much to that. Invis rune picked up down bottom. Witch Doctor's going to get that one as well. He's going to scout thing with Fear here in the mid lane. They might think about going for this. It's a ward that makes them feel maybe a little bit safer than they actually are, and a cast could come. But with Earth Spirit showing.
Yeah, they caught glimpse of him.
Oh, but this is a pretty good cask if they won't go for this. They step away from each other now, walking forward, but there's the catch. They've got the damage. It's going to connect, and Sumail brought down yet again with Witch Doctor suffering away.
So much damage. He gets blood raged up, and just everybody's damage just gets amped up by that 25%.
Top lane, Universe is leading in CS. but a
lots
lot
of
of those
fighting.
fighters now.
Yeah, he's still close to top in net worth. It's pretty surprised to see how well Arteezy is actually doing in that bottom lane, because they were pressuring him a bit with that dual lane with the Witch Doctor Omni, but since rotations have happened, he has a very favorable matchup versus the Omni Knight and should be able to pull further and further ahead.
So does anything really counter Bloodseeker in the middle? I mean, we were talking about this, but he is dominating his sniper here.
He really is, and it was not just a sniper, it was a lick sniper, but he did get help again, you know?
Yeah.
But it's still pretty crazy to see how well he really is doing. But that is also what happens when you get first blood. You get first blood, you get a big chunk of gold into that advantage, and you definitely abuse it. But he's level 5 in comparison to level 4 sniper and level 4 lich. He's damn good.
It's hard to deal with the Bloodseeker once he gets off to this type of a start.
Crit looking to wait for level 6 Pugna to come out, and he's going to set up for a gank onto Siler here with that life drain. They've got it dust. They catch it on him too.
Next Torrent back in, going to connect. Life drain there. It's going to be it. It looks like the answer is yes. Torrent's getting that kill on the big bad spider. Bottom lane again, going on to Arteezy, trying to break him down low. But again, this is a hard hero to gank and kill.
And he's going to get... Oh, the repel comes out. Clutch save on the fade. That was very close to Arteezy just killing him and getting full health because he's necro.
Still has a reach sight. We're that close.
He's doing incredibly well down here, yeah. 30 and 9 last hits. So definitely a different game coming out in comparison to the last two. We see actually no like triple lane dominant, double lane dominance. It's fairly even across the board.
The game was over in the past 2 games at this point.
I mean, it feel like that. And top again, setting up again for Siler. Crit with the clutch positioning, and with Universe having that level 6, even level 7 now, that extra damage with that life strain is more than enough to bring down the spider.
They can basically get it on cooldown at this stage, so a great start right now for the Pugna. Is this a hero that, like, how worried do you need to be with him getting this much early on, or is it more about the Brood that's lost out on a lot?
Having Brood get lost out is really painful, but we've been seeing Pugnas dominating this tournament, so it's definitely a bit of an issue coming out for Thunder. And we said, you know, they don't really have that damage to burst through the Ghost Shroud. How about the Decrepify? The same instance, they don't have that magic damage burst. Well, it's definitely a bit of a concern, and they're going to be threatened quite heavily, of course, by Pugna.
Absolutely. Fade getting a little bit of him time up here in the top lane, but you always have to be worried about this rotation coming up. Crit is here as well. Might think about going on him again. Pause for the Necro. Arteezy might have to take a moment.
Seems like a crash, yep. So it's pretty detrimental though that the Broodmother is having to walk all the way back to the lane, and usually at this time, you know, 7 minutes, they're getting close to the Desolators from what we've been seeing, especially when like we've seen Matumba be playing it, and he gets like those like 9 to 12 minute Desos majority of the times. This one is not looking to be that fast unless he is able to get like maybe a kill or two and then transition into those ancient farming.
This game is on.
Well, Witch Doctor thinks better of going up towards the top lane, and he is going to head mid instead for the moment. They do have Rupture ready. That is a hard hero to die
without. They don't have the big gap closer to get on top of Sumail. And there's almost level 6 on Fear, so they're really going to be going for those dives. It's actually very close to 6 on Lucia. They're looking to punish Pugna in the top lane though. Fade is set up there, but he's
bottom tower
right
faces
now
a
by
stiff wind.
They walk by each other. X-Torrent gonna roll. Comes around and another life drain to get the stun up. That keeps him alive for the moment.
Well, Universe could be into trouble, but one blast kills a lot of them.
Oh, one to get. You already get it. That's a big kill right there for the Broodmother. And now finding themselves crit as well. Going to be able to put on this roll forward. Nice dodge. The Torrent is going to connect. They actually kill off. Here's the Kunkka. Nice little play there by Crit.
Great positional rotation by the Earth Spirit. Even though he gets like found in the side, they don't have the burst damage to bring him down. They use the Nether Blast on top of the life drain initially, so he gets the. But 2 people pay with their lives on the side. Still though, this Arteezy is and now Sumail gets isolated.
Yeah, there was never going to be there. Keeps the chain frost bouncing too much, and Rupture used for the sniper kill. Level 6, and you compare to the Bloodseeker now, who's already almost level 8 so far for his Bloodseeker.
At least story of the series.
Alright. Still Pugna. Been able to keep the Broodmother off of the tower. Would love to be able to get some damage. But they just haven't really had a chance to find a kill and get an objective afterwards. Kind of tough at this stage.
Saw some jungle going on here. He's getting closer and closer to that Desolator. They need a very early defusal blade if they want to be able to take those fights, but fighting into EG's lineup is pretty difficult. There's a heavy amount of team fight on EG with the Kunkka, with Pugna, with Lich, Necro. It's to just get into the fights.
Set up in the top lane with a sentry ward as well. And continuing to just throw out assassinates there in the mid lane on the Bloodseeker.
He was canceling it over and over again. Just like block the creep wave.
Do just need to be a little bit careful because of the rupture, but without the Earth Spirit, it seems unlikely to find a kill.
Yeah, they need. I think they need the Earth Spirit / Omni Knight, some kind of combination like that with the Bloodseeker to go. It's just sitting right behind
Dire's
2-mail.
bottom tower is under attack.
Stop cancel. That time actually just lets it complete. Bloodseeker brought down about half HP. Continuing down as well with the Earth Spirit. They might think about going onto him right now. Jamil sticks around a little bit. Get catch onto him, and now the rotation in. The Carnage, the stun is going to be there nonetheless. Sniper going down. And bring down the Earth Spirit with Yang also using a repel. That's going to keep the Whip Doctor alive for the moment. AU just backing out the right clicks. They're still doing a ton of damage right now. Combo together, but it doesn't end up keeping them alive. Oh my goodness.
That +4 damage talent from Necro with the boots online.
Top tower is under attack.
The damage, but yeah, max deep prep plus blast is pretty ridiculous at this stage in the 7 minutes.
Heavy hitters, not quite level 6 yet on page. Patient isn't really going to be able to bear that much through that.
Middle tower has fallen.
And tier 1 tower taken in the mid lane, 6 to 6.
Tower just got sent to
Very
the
slight.
bottom.
Broodmother has that
Bottom
finished.
tower is about to flounder.
Took down that tier 1 tower.
Be careful that they don't get picked off for sure. Because they're still playing versus like Bloodseeker, Brood, very, the core is at least on the side of Thunder, you see, very single target in comparison to EG, where they have massive amounts of damage. Probably going to group up and just take these, like, take engagements. But Siler actually might be able to get picked.
Dire's bottom tower is
He's
under
going to sneak
attack.
this back. Leave. I'm just going to run away. Repel this stun points in it. Get killed off here, I would imagine. Isn't that a DA? Maybe in a little bit of a scary spot, but
He saves the repel.
good call hanging on to that one.
Level 5 from the 2 supports on the side of Thunder. They really need level 6s on these 2 supports to take it.
Yeah, Earth Spirit's very, very good to it, and with the next creep wave, you should be able to have that done. Still a little bit scary running into a Necrophobos who is quite farmed and has 13 stick charges as well, but they're moving forward here.
Still no fixes on the 2 supports. Get a kill across there.
Oh, that's a really good one. The slow is out there. They find themselves another kill, and gonna try and get the kick and then roll away into TP. That's gonna keep them alive.
Just
There, taking out the
bottom
Bloodseeker.
tower couldn't withstand the charge.
A bit more gold advantage coming out, and really emphasizing on defending their tier 1s for anytime they see Thunder setting up, they bring 1 or 2 heroes plus to
is about to
TC's
flounder.
on good timing toward that Radiance. And
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to stop off for a Veil along the way, but looking to just get straight to the victim.
I think he's feeling he's having such a good game that he might as well just go for the biggest open pop. Still very good though with his team, of course, with Pugna on it. Siler and Bloodseeker both tuned up Mask of Madness to try to get this going. They're definitely recognizing it. It's like, we can't take head-on team fights versus EG, we have to get a farm in. To do that is, as we've been mentioning, Mask of Madness,
middle
farming
tower
nations
is
one
under
of the most
pressure.
manageable. Reverse under vision of that ward, deeply.
Highest net worth hero in the game is going to be found, ruptured, and most likely killed. The Tillman, well, get the kill as well right at the ruptured kick. Love to see it.
I think they don't have great tower pushing though on Thunder. Much on Tyler at the moment with that Deso.
I'll take that.
They can get some damage down bottom when as long as there's no other heroes there.
Tower faces a
You set up
stiff
around the
wind.
mid lane and top. Sacrificing your bottom tower, or sacrificing your safe lane tower, usually at this stage of the game is acceptable because you're bound to lose it. And it's one of those, even in the Thunder situation, it's just really hard to defend it with the wraparound potential.
Yeah, and you can see Chris here already in the area, ready to go into the boat, so he decides to show up at that point. VG.J though, trying to get some deep wards inside the Radiant jungle. EG maybe setting up for a smoke, possibly though we don't actually have one. But they step into the jungle here. This could be a pretty quick pick. Level 6 is online for the sports.
Very nice wards coming up in Thunder this game. They've got very deep aggressive wards plays after they take the tier 1, and that one bottom ward that they have is a very unorthodox one in the lane, and it ended up actually catching Universe that one time.
Yeah. Man, look at EG though. They just have like complete and total recognition of where they are. Nobody is showing in the top lane. Nobody was showing down here bottom. They know that they're up here on this cliff and they're just not walking over in this side of the map. Farming instead.
Now they see the Omni Knight himself. They know Broodmother's probably in the area too. Could start shoving that top lane as Kunkka. Going for a very different build on the Kunkka too. We've been seeing a lot of Max Torrent with Max X, but he's 1-3-1 on Kunkka.
That's more the Lanham style when he was playing it for a while.
Exactly.
Tower is under attack.
Oh. Gets some Yang. They have Reaper Sight, but they get to blow him up here. He does manage to turn it back around, repels, and skitters out of there.
Both decided not to really want to throw it out there. Didn't think that they could really get the cleanup kill. Or TZ. Crit, trying to retreat. You got the TP up, they have the cast, so it's gonna get him.
The silence is there as well, and the blood rage for even more damage. Arteezy's going down. Meanwhile, in the mid lane,
And
Mr. S also falls. Oh man, that is a big swing of momentum into the favor of VG.J Thunder.
Definitely. Getting these pickoffs are massive for their lineup at the moment. They need BKBs on Thunder to really take head-on fights versus EG at the moment, but if they can get pickoffs like that, it's definitely an bottom. They're engaging on Universe again.
I want this kill real bad. There's the Magnetize already up, the heal bomb coming through. Universe trying to TP out, but to no avail. They bring him down. Fade picking up that kill, and VG.J Thunder really coming alive.
All 3 cores on the side of EG have died in the last 40 seconds. Really good movement coming out from Thunder. EG getting split up.
It doesn't even feel like there was that much done. It was just sort of moving from lane to lane to lane, and maybe it all started going a bit aggressive up there on the top lane to try and find the kill on the Omni.
Just slight mistakes being punished heavily by Thunder. And these Mask of Madness are really starting to kick in. They're starting to get a lot of farm coming out right now. Taking the gold advantage for the first time after like the 5-minute mark. And net worth or experience advantage as well.
So VG.J, after getting the level 6s on the supports, making moves around the map. EG gonna try and sort of pull things back together for themselves. They're putting along top with the Necro, the Kunkka, and the Witch all in the area.
Their power is their fight, so they have to stick together. Universe though walking into VG heroes again.
This is gonna be another they lose the Tugger right now, and most likely gonna lose the tower. Even another?
That was back to deaths for Universe.
Exceptional.
Highest net worth hero at one point quickly dropped down.
And directly into Roshan as well.
Oh, they're going to kill it incredibly fast too with that death zone. Level 2 insatiable hunter. EG can't contest this. Oh, this is a really big problem for EG.
Yeah, this is huge. And Yang in the meantime, he's just pushing down here. Thinking about when this Omni Knight shows up to the fights as well. How do EG deal with this now?
I mean, Thunder is just making some really good moves, to be honest.
Yeah.
EG was trying to make some group pressure plays on top, but Thunder catches Universe on the rotation, and now they smoke up, and they're looking to meet up with Yang bottom. EG might get caught off guard by this one.
They want to kill bigger than crit for sure, but they'll take it if that's all that they can get.
Looks like EG knows this is up, though. They're all kind of backing up very far behind this tower.
Necro showing in mid right there by a ward. Actually, no, he wasn't quite. But they also have Kunkka finishing off a drum now, so more of these auras to try and help the team fight and do more of what they already do well.
Yeah, they're not able to take these fights though. Still, Thunder's just picking them up all over the place, forcing lanes in with this Omni Knight who has no risk of dying because he just can repel TP out whenever any situation does call for it. No real big, like, hard stuns inside of EG. They have Torrent and they have Necro ulti, but besides that, it's not like a Fissure, not some kind of like Sanking stun or Spirit disable.
Honestly, VG.J now, they're looking to get towards bigger items themselves. They've got a Radiance queued up on the Bloodseeker.
And he's getting close to it, and as well as the Omni Knight, it's going to be getting close to a Dual Scepter too.
Necro has his Radiance, obviously, that a little while ago, but hasn't really been able to make use of that damage.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we've got a game on our hands here. The last two are stomped, this one's certainly not.
It's much closer for sure. BKBs are probably the next item in the docket for Thunder to be able to take the actual head-on fights. You see the BKB queued up by Silent, and then after the Radiance, of course, for Freeze, it will probably be the BKB as well. But EG, staying grouped up, they're trying to press forward to take head-on fights, because they keep getting picked up whenever they split up.
They do have some vision up on the high ground right now, so they're going to scout out Fade as he heads over towards the side to see if that gets dewarded. But bottom lane, it's also going to be the Broodmother that's split pushing while all of this is happening.
Man, I was just glancing at levels. Sumail is incredibly under level. Level 10 on Sniper. He is 4th from the bottom for the game. I mean, of course, it's 2 level 9 and 2 level 10, but everybody else is high level besides that. They're getting engaged to top.
Silence out, doesn't end up connected to Darkini, but they already TP'd back with the Sniper while this is happening. Sylar's taking that tier 3 tower bottom. They TP'd back already with one.
But it's an X. They're Xing it, so they're trying to still taste top at least for the time being.
Yeah, I was like, where'd the Sniper go? He was just there. And yeah, they ended up Xing back.
But now Sylar's going to see that. He's going to step forward as well.
Are they Xing again with RTC? No, okay.
They are really struggling to take advantage of their teamfight lineup. Thunder is really affecting them. They're playing very well.
VG.J, after what was a scary start to the series, is able to come back in 2 games and just looks quite good.
They've been having very good movements. The Earth Spirit's play has been on point this game. Just whenever anybody splits up on the side of EG, he has been finding the opportunities to go for them. And it's really letting all 3 cores on the side of Thunder get quite massive.
And you had mentioned Pugna, this hero that was doing so well early on in the game. After those couple of deaths, he's now the 5th highest net worth on the team, where he was holding that top spot for a really long time.
He's been completely stopped pretty much. Him and Sumail are really struggling to find any farm in this game. TZ's still farming, but like you said, he can't really get into these fights. He can't do anything because every time he seems to show up in the fight, it's Omni Knight's there, and he's like, okay, I can't really ult anybody.
Yeah,
because of their repel.
The Omni Knight's been a pretty cool pick this game so far.
Yeah. It's really working out for them. He's only 0-0-4, but he's definitely been doing his job. He's been forcing out lanes, he's been sitting behind people and just letting them get this farm, which, I mean, it's really starting to build up. It's 4K advantage in gold now for Thunder, and getting toward an 8,000 experience advantage too.
So let's look macro picture here. As this game goes on, you've got a Bloodseeker and a Brood and an Omni basically against Sniper, Necro, and Pugna. Does the late game look a little bit better for EG, considering how this sort of mid game has gone for VG.J? They've got to get a should be a kill.
Yeah. They're finally able to use the Reaper Scythe again. It's been a very long time. They've got really good high ground defense, the thing that EG does. You know, Sniper plus Lich plus Pugna, it's very hard to really push into this one. But that's where the BKBs are going to come into play with Thunder, if they're able to just like pierce into the backlines with that magic immunity. We'll have to see. Because it is a lot of magic damage coming out from EG if those BKBs start ticking down, etc. But the BKBs are coming out at a very late stage, so they will be quite strong for... Thunder will be quite for quite a good period of time once they get that magic immunity online.
Yeah.
And they've already been making the better moves this game for sure.
I guess another X factor could be this Kunkka. We haven't seen a ton of this hero recently. Ooh, okay. Well, they draw the Tornic, connects onto 1. That's just to try and halt the progress that's coming out. They might be able to find themselves a crit. The Rupture is there. He throws out the boat, trying to stay alive. He is there as well. But to no avail, he's eventually brought down. Arteezy here as well. Chain Frost is going to bounce twice at the very least.
Let's see good here.
Sylar shows up though, they get the turnaround, the Guardian Angel is out. Well, Arteezy now in a terrible position. He's going to be brought down. 2 heroes dead, no buyback. Oh man.
Yep, very nice turnaround there. Again, Omni Knight, the Guardian Angel, just enough
top lane,
kind of top him off, top lane.
Yeah, they got themselves caught. Universe He's running away from them right now, but Fate might be able to reapply this in just a second. Gets the Magnetize out again. That's another long duration. Can they find the kill? Roll forward is going to be enough with the silence and another reapplication of the Magnetize. He actually doesn't have any more stones. And so Universe going to live through this, it looks like, although they have vision of him, so they should be able to run it down with Yang.
Yeah, she's going to get bomb here. The Tranquil Boots actually almost saved Universe there, just being able to run and keep the healing going during it, but Thunder just making all the right moves this game.
Yeah. Pretty much everything that they could want. Roche, about a minute and a half before it's even possible to respawn, and it does feel like with almost all of the sort of towers in a scary spot for EG, VG.J Thunder, if they can get the Roche, they could think about going high ground maybe.
With the freshly picked up BKB, soon to have BKB on freeze, they definitely could consider that since it will be Aegis and Cheese.
So EG, where do they go from here for your eyes? Because it doesn't really feel like whatever they've been doing has been working so far.
No, they're definitely suffering. I mean, Sumail and Universe keep either dying or just not being able to get the farm. I mean, Sumail is still really struggling in this game. It's really looking tough. I don't really know how they can actually pull this one together. Because sitting behind people wasn't working because they started getting behind because of the Mask of Madness on the Brood and the Bloodseeker. Yeah, smoking might be like the best way, just try to take head-on fights. But they are playing into BKB Brood. And overall, Thunder's been playing much better with their movements around the map.
And you look at these lanes even, I mean, mid lane's kind of pushing in, bottom lane is get pressured a little bit also, so they're heading up top, but feels like VG.J Thunder might have an inkling that this is happening. We'll have to see.
EG's trying to play around their ward position.
There you go. Get caught out here.
They did spot him for a moment walking up on that high ground, but they do not know where the rest of Thunder is. They haven't seen anybody in quite a while.
Looks like the courier got hit too, so they might have had the courier being brought out. And now Crit showing here in the mid, but Omni Knight in the area as well is the fight you really want to take. Cass bouncing back and forth. They've got the Paladin down as well, and the other good bit of damage. They have the boat that's already been able to connect onto one. He's going to be interrupted. He's also taken out, but Crit is already hit. Now, can they find a more Arteezy just being eaten alive? It's caught there with the Ghost Shroud, so that's keeping him alive for the moment. This onto the Bloodseeker, needing to run away alive on 20 HP. But Sylar also is getting torn the hell up, and now they've caught themselves with Omni Knight. Gonna need to repel and run away from this one. Looks like he might be able to get out of there. The Eul Scepter and all that movement speed means that Yang most likely to escape. But a great fight for EG.
Being grouped up like that really worked out for them. Arteezy did his job there. You know, he sat in the middle of the fight and he made space for Sumail to sit in the back and keep away. Sumail has the Maelstrom, so he's able to do a decent amount of damage. And we're going to see how much Arteezy actually gets healed up here. So he gets ruptured up and he has to stand his ground. But then you watch Sumail in the back is just free peeping away as well as Universe. They're both just getting all their spells off in this engagement while Arteezy tanks the brunt of the force.
Yeah, that kill on the Witch Doctor made all the difference in the world, like you were saying. And almost able to kill off the Bloodseeker too, but he did get out of there.
Just barely. I think he lived with like 13 or 10 HP or something. It was
crazy.
Very close to the Heartstopper. I mean, they're very stressed out this game for sure.
Yeah. Tell. Much closer ordeal than we've seen previously.
What have we here?
There for Omni Knight now, and after that little bit of a failed fight, Roche still probably on both teams' minds. It's just difficult to take that unless you get a clean pick off.
Yeah, EG doesn't have a great Roshing lineup. They don't have Medallion, they only really have Sniper and Necro, which is pretty decent physical, but they don't have something like a Broodmother and Blood Rage, which just eats through Roshan.
5,000 net worth lead still for VG.J Thunder. Certainly nothing that's insurmountable at this point, and maybe with Crit walking forward, they have eyes on him with this freshly planted ward.
Level 20 has been reached on the Broodmother. Big damage peak coming out. That 70 attacks bonus. It's really ridiculous on top of the Deso BKB. He's going to be having Diffusal Blade soon too for that chase and pick off and get him to go threat.
Crit walks into a hell of a lot of trouble, and they're going to blow him up right at the start. Arteezy here as well. He's not going to bounce anymore, but he does blow up one. That's going to give him out of regen, and just immediately VG.J going to run away from them for the moment. Although is Arteezy really going to end up getting away from this? Eul Scepter lift up, still living. Ghost Shroud keeping him alive. They just don't have the damage, and now if they're not careful, they're going to get ran down. Oh my God, Sumail is going to start to come in and blow the ball the hell up. Yeah, he's trying to run away, and he's going to get the TP away after the assassinate comes out. That keeps him alive. Bottom lane.
Doing a lot of damage bottom. With the BKB. He's going to force it. There's no blip available now. He might just commit for... No, he's going to back up. Okay, Sumail TP's down. Arteezy, though, the combination of Ghost Shroud there plus Universe's defensive Decrepify, they don't have, like we mentioned a few times in the draft, they don't have like that heavy magic damage burst on Thunder to go through that one, and the Bloodseeker doesn't have Diffusal Blade just yet, but that's the next item on the docket. Yeah, and they're just now finished on as well. So that's going to be what they're looking to do at this point. The Diffusal Blade online, how worried would you be in EG in the next couple of fights? A bit concerned, but pretty good ways of kind of like cutting it out with the Hurricane. And the BKBs, the very important thing is that the BKBs get low. That's what EG is hoping for. Make the Broodmother use the BKB over and over again, make Bloodseeker's BKB get down lower and lower. Bloodseekers are still... Broods is not an end. That's the way that they can with magic damage more up. I guess you also look at it. Everybody wants to get a Diffusal Blade. Yang has one queued. Yeah. 100 damage talent also. Omni Knight's gonna be buffed. Yeah, whenever the BKB's up, it's a bit of a concern for EG. Absolutely. And Repel also. Yeah, Repel's always there. Smoke from VG.J as they're going to move into the woods, and looking like again, Crick is going to be the one that gets him out. The roll forward, they get the stun, next on Arteezy as well. There's damage on the face. The Chain Frost comes around a little bit. Are they going to end up being brought down in the end? The application, there's the BKB pop, turn to fight, going to bring down one. Arteezy again, Yule Scepter lift up, but Silo's on top, so they have the Diffusal Blade as well. He's going to be brought down here. No, the Lincoln ends up popping, they turn it back around, going to keep him alive. Arteezy living through everything, but not quite enough in the end. 2 for 2 so far, but everybody from EG looking a hell of a lot healthier. They will live through that one, but not in the end enough as Omni Knight gets brought down. These fights are going to start getting really crazy because of, like you said, the Lincoln Sphere coming out from Universe to block the Diffusal Blades at times. They have Decrepify, they have Ghost Shroud. There's so many different factors that Thunder has to watch out for in these engagements when they run into that kind of close quarters. When they're in that little area, Chain Frost and all these different spells and Shrapnel really start coming to fruition for EG. Even though Crit keeps getting grabbed out, doesn't even get any spells off in this fight again. We do see EG looking pretty solid in it, getting 3 kills. Oh man, and just watch this. Uni from the low ground ends up getting, he knows what's coming and it's gotta save his buddy. Look at the patience too from Arteezy, holding the Ghost Shroud for so long. So that's like really good communication coming out from these two. He waits till the last second to try to use it, tries to use Ghost Shroud as he uses Reaper so he can get the increased amplification for healing if he gets the kill, but the Repel and the BKBs are still pretty hard to fight into for EG. But that's with Crit dying right at the start of the fight though, which is pretty massive that they can actually still only lose 2 heroes and get 3 kills out of it. Yeah, I just think that also, like, you look at it, it's so much that's soaked up, the damage that comes out, and Sniper's allowed to blink away in the background through all of that. That was a really well-timed sight, though. It was as the Repel's left BKB was ending, so it did clip on him, but wasn't able to actually do enough damage to bring him down. It was very close, though. Second situation there, for sure. Still 32 minutes in, 17-19 game on a nice edge. The second Roshan yet to be claimed. Fade's been playing really well in the Earth Spirit. He seems to always be getting the catch and starting the fight. Just grab a crit before he can get his off. BKBs are starting to tick down though. Now it's 6 seconds on 8 seconds on the Bloodseeker. Serving a Bloodseeker. Diffusal Blade picked up now as well. So they have 2 of them, so one to break the Lincolns maybe and one to actually take out the Ghost Shroud. But even afterwards, as you mentioned, Decrep's going to be there as well. Yeah, they're going to have to third Diffusal Blade soon on Omni Knight, so. Diffusal spam. I mean, you're playing versus the 2 green heroes, you have to get several of these Diffusal. And EG's trying to get on the aggressive, they're trying to get a fight in their advantage. Yule Scepter left up. Yeah, Doctor, accept your fate. 75 seconds. Can we go rush here with that? It is a very long time. They are trying to. Scary stuff. With the medallion in here, they actually have pretty good damage to go. So the rotations are coming in. Thunder will take the fight. Yeah, and Fate. Well, decent start. It's gonna keep him alive. Now the Infrost power. Siler back to him and Rogue. This big bad spider starting to run him down. Nowhere left to go. Trying to lift through. Possible, but seems up through 1-2. Fade the madman. They could happen again. 4
EG.
Fade is, dude, he's owning on the first turn, honestly. His setup, he gets 2-man stun, 2-man silence. They prioritize using the repel right away on the for the fight. That was a 4v5 that they just came out heavily ahead of. Having that surround factor with their heroes, being able to close the distance onto the sniper, the Necro right away.
My goodness.
Our Spirit is playing so well.
A hero that people used to think that you had to be a specialist on it. They've certainly been putting in the work on it. Tier 2 tower taken. Necro gone for 30 more seconds. They're moving immediately to the barracks now. Want to force a reaction from EG. They don't want to have to buy back a boost for this one, it looks like.
Yeah, they're holding their blitz as well in case EG goes for 2. Opted to go for Blink Dagger too to close the gap. It's something that you really need versus the sniper. On the Broodmother, of course.
Well, when we were getting ready to hop into this game, Toby was telling me that whenever you have 2 games that end up in a stomp, the third one turns into a pretty exciting one, and that's certainly the case here.
Yep. Again, though, the one constant, we look at the Bloodseeker, 10, 1, and 7.
Jeez. And with the Aegis on him now as well, kind of just be the king of this match. And all 3 of the cores right now from VG Gaming Thunder topping the net worth chart. A big swing into their favor. 15,000, or excuse me, 12,000 net worth. Mm-hmm. That was the experience one I was looking at. Lordy, lordy.
Very scary. Lotus Orb picked up for Omni. Instead of going for the himself, I feel like he reminds that they have enough. And they have gap closers now as well. Broodmother, Sylar, close to level 25, and as well will be the Bloodseeker's level 25 soon. And he also picks up a Blink Dagger for Bloodseeker, so just trying to get into the backlines on top of that sniper. Pugna looking to be a very good plan for Thunder.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
And I mean, if they wanted to, thinking about going like for an Abyssal Blade next also.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they decide for, but
having Blink Diffusal BKB maybe the most ideal thing possible. Because even though the BKB starting to tick lower, they're going to be used at their max. Like BKB and Blink right on top of somebody, and then that's where it's the most beneficial. We'll clean up the final outer tower.
Brood also is about to get that 8 webs talent.
Radiant's top tower is under
really
attack.
Gonna help them move around the map quicker. But yeah, Thunder has been looking incredibly good. Their movements, the way they take the fights as well. Just the boldness, that last one was the biggest thing. You know, Witch Doctor's dead and they don't care. They're like, we're going into this. This is a great place for us to fight.
So all of the tier 2 towers now taken. EG locked up inside their base. Even the ward vision, like you're talking about, it's making sure that they'll always scout EG if they move outside of their base.
EG in serious trouble.
I mean, the way that these fights are going to get taken now, do you think that you jump the sniper with both the Brood and the Bloodseeker?
Whichever one you can burst quickly, because there's no magic meter or anything on the sniper. It's just pretty much whoever Fake can catch. And he's been landing 2 to 3-man hero stables in all these instances.
Okay. Looks like they want to try and play it safe and not just strong arm it. We've seen too many times teams trying to high ground against the sniper and ending in catastrophe.
Yeah, they're getting their final level 25s and just waiting for the side lanes to push in as well.
Seeker's still a little ways away from his 25. But moving forward, the pain.
This is always problematic that EG, when they are alive, they do have a high ground defense, but Repel blinking forward.
We don't have an X to bring him back out again, though. Bloodseeker brought down a half HP. Purification, hit a couple creeps, easy peasy.
Yep. Voodoo Restoration as well on top. Very nice. Now they go into Repel, and they blink in with Insatiable Hunger, and they start eating at this tower.
Oh my god. I mean, again, it's a lot of damage that's expended on the Sylar. But with Lotus Orb and Repel, like you mentioned, they have ways to take it. For EG, do you think about like trying to go when you know that Repel is on cooldown, or is that too scary?
It's very scary playing into Aegis and Cheese, and you're into Omni Knight too. So if they try to like commit and if EG loses a fight right there, the game's just over. So they don't want to really push it out too much.
Buyback status, they have 2 of them right now on the Radiant, Necrophos as well as the Sniper. Meanwhile, Dire holding on to 1 for everybody except for the Witch Doctor.
They're looking to just go. They just try to get they know that they're going to get whittled down at one point. Trying to get some pickoff. They get a ward on the high ground here. They see
just
the
expiring. It's just go down. Can they blow the torrent's not going to be on the mark, but they have caught AO here. He's going to be ran down here. They want to save the Reaper Cycle, holding on to it for the moment. Fade jumps forward. That means a couple of them jumping forward. Sumeo caught it in an instant. Now Universe also getting ran down. VG.J Thunder. Can they make this work? They buy back on the Sniper. Trying to turn this to get their turnaround though, and actually going to be able to run down another hero. So the lift up there for the moment. Chris living through all of this. Now Sylar left completely alone, but they get the repel, and now he's able to run away, at least for now. They blink out of there as well. They lose 3 on VG.J Thunder, but they force the buyback.
Yeah, they get, as soon as the Aegis starts ticking out, that's when EG just tries to go. They know that they're going to get whittled down otherwise. Great usage of the Reaper Sight that time. Arteezy holding it till the last second. And early usage of the BKB by Priest. They find Sumeo almost instantly though, jumping right on top of him, bursting him. But as soon as that BKB goes down on Bloodseeker, Trent focuses on. Throws Torrent, throws Boat. Same thing with Fear, throws everything onto that Bloodseeker, and they're able to clean him up.
Almost was able to take down Cricket so close, but obviously the lift up there, and then Omni Knight pretty good at making sure your cores don't go down.
Yeah, repel.
Clear for the right click.
Yeah. Oh, did I see that right? Oh, that's a full Aghanim's on Omni Knight.
Oh, wow.
So negating a lot of the damage that will be coming out from... Oh, he's gonna get picked off in the mid lane very quickly by a butterfly spiderling blinking on top of him. But Omni Knight with Aghanim's. It's a lot of damage immunity. A lot of the damage on EG is magical, to be fair, but it will negate a good amount of Sniper's peeps anyway.
Yeah, a little bit of extra duration onto there. Second,
And that was Sumeo's buyback as well in that last one.
Yeah.
So he is falling further and further behind. It's pretty much Arteezy the only one who's getting like any more far at all. Sniper and Pugna both have hit their maximum. It's still looking extremely difficult for EG to do anything.